Good morning and welcome to yet another engine run at the home of the Winnebago RC Flyers in Rosendale, Wisconsin. Today on the stand, let me zip my coat up. It is a cold day, by the way. It is November 25th and 29 degrees with light winds. The sun is kind of peeking through some of the clouds, but for the most part it's not a bad day. But on the stand today I've got my ASP 65 FS65 engine yet again. This will be the second time I've run this engine. And today I've got a APC 12.6 prop installed, the same OSF glow plug, and the same 5% nitro fuel. Now I do have my lighter fluid on hand and a thermometer so I can show you the temperature of the engine so we can get kind of a baseline of how well the lighter fluid works. Now I'll have to pull the plug out and I'll squirt some lighter fluid in there and then prime the engine, and hopefully it should just fire right up. So let's just see if that happens. Lighter fluid. Pull this plug. Before I do that, I probably should connect the tank lines up properly. Ooh, wow. Okay, that was a lot. You can't just put one drop in there. That just seems to really come out pretty quick. I'm going to go throw my other gloves back on, and let me go ahead and prime this engine. Okay, the engine is primed, and now we're ready to fire it up. Before I do that, let me take a temperature reading here. So here's the outside air temperature. It says, I'm pointing it straight up, it says 14 degrees. It's pointed at the ground. The grass is 37 degrees Fahrenheit. The engine case is 36 degrees Fahrenheit. Hopefully you can see that. Now, let's see if we'll fire up. Is my starter gonna work? Doesn't seem to be wanting to fire up at all, does it? We're going to have to do more lighter fluid. Wow. Okay. Let's try this again. First, let me check my glow. Looks like it's glowing to me. Shot of lighter fluid. This is very challenging to do with gloved hands on. Let's prime this one more time, just a little bit here. Okay, it's definitely primed. Sounded better. Well, that's interesting. This is very interesting. Let's pull the fuel tube off here real quick. Maybe I'll have to switch to a different plug. I mean, I don't know what other plug I would use. Let's prime it again. Got some very strange sounds coming out of the exhaust. Sounds like it's wanting to fire, but it just isn't. Alright, let's try this lighter fluid one more time. Before I do that, let's see if we've increased the case temperature at all. 42 degrees is what the case temperature says now. Okay, I gave it a pretty good little squirt in there. Yes, I'm wearing rubber gloves under these gloves as an extra layer of warmth. Believe it or not, it works pretty darn well. Okay, so we're almost there. It looks like I'm really going to have to just use lighter fluid to start this thing, because it wanted to fire then. Just another pretty good squirt in there. Okay, I might have to turn the camera off here. I gotta check some things. Check my nice starter, etc. Okay, my nice starter seems fine. I just put a brand new OSF glow plug in there, and I just gave it a really healthy shot of lighter fluid. Hopefully it'll start this time. If not, I'm not sure what to say other than Maybe next time. Well, that's a good, better start. Come on. I don't want to lose the heat in this engine. I was hoping to have more of an engine run than this, but I think this is a good example of what you might expect if you try to do this outside in the cold. This is nitro fuel too, so it's not like this is FAI. Come on! Maybe I should just put half Rosinol lighter fluid. I think what I'm going to do this time is disconnect this fuel line here from the intake. Well, this really sucks trying to do all this stuff with gloves. I filled this line up with lighter fluid. Back it up with some more fuel. See what happens. Well, that wasn't a good idea. That didn't work at all. Shit. Bet you never had to worry about doing anything like this, Harvey. Harvey is a buddy of mine that lives in Florida, so I'm certain he's probably never run an engine in this temperature before. Damn it. Degrees. Okay, so that was a good run once we got the engine started. But this engine took a lot. Hang on. Damn it. Took a lot of this Rosinol lighter fluid to get going. I mean, it took a lot. I could have almost just mixed a third of a tank of this with the fuel and maybe then it would have started going, but it was very cold. I mean, the engine case temperature on the outside, I was measuring right around here initially, was 37 degrees, I think is what I saw at the beginning. And then as I was running, I was trying to keep my hand out of the prop while trying to hold that thermometer, and that's a thermometer that you have to keep the button depressed on for it to take a reading. Then I'd let go of it and it would hold that reading, and I was showing it to you. Most of the times I was trying to shoot it right around here. That's where most of the readings were. And then I started, as the engine started to run better, I was shooting more on the glow plug, around the glow plug area, and that's where it was recording the highest temperatures. And I was also coming over here on this side and shooting on the side of the head right beneath the exhaust valve. And I don't think I ever saw it exceed 135, 137 degrees maybe. I mean, I can't feel the heat through these gloves, and I don't really want to put my cheek on it right now, although it might not feel too bad to do that. But I mean, that was just the second run of this engine, and I was running it pretty hard there. I leaned it out quite a bit. Now, I have not done the fuel tubing trick on this high-speed needle, which needs to be done, because as I moved the needle around, I could hear it changing RPM. But I've got it leaned out pretty good. Like I said, only the second run. I was running it pretty hard, but I was really trying to get it warmed up. But it's a very good running engine, and even in this temperature exposed in the air, it was idling very nicely. Now, it doesn't have a super fast transition from idle to full throttle as some other four-strokes might. It might if it's warmer out maybe sometime, but I mean, if you just go smoothly, it goes really good. And I've got the low speed set pretty darn good, I think, but I'm not gonna sit there and try and adjust and do a whole lot of tuning with gloves on my hand, because even with these on, my hands are really cold right now. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching this. It was interesting to see how much lighter fluid it took to actually get a four-stroke engine running, and it was quite a bit. Thank you for watching.